The City of Witches, Episode 22. Cait in Love, Ch.4. Giovanna was standing in front of her home. The school day has ended, so she should return soon. Her parents were already waiting for her for sure. There was no point in delaying seeing them. She took a deep breath. Now or never, she said. She entered the house. In the hall there were 2 extra pairs of shoes, a clear sign that her parents were back home. "Welcome home!" Giovanna shouted into the house. "Ciao!" she heard her parents from the living room. They must have been resting after the trip. Giovanna went to the room. Her mother was sitting on a plush chair by the coffee table and drinking black tea, and her father was lying down on a sofa and reading a newspaper. "Welcome home, Giancarlo," said Miss Alighieri. "You weren't home when we came back." "Yeah, sorry," said Giovanna. "The school got a bit too long today, so I'm home a bit late." "Don't worry about that, son," said Mr. Alighieri. "School can really suck sometimes." "Well, since we are together now, do you have any plans?" Giovanna asked. "Not really," said Miss Alighieri. "I'm so tired I kind of want to go to sleep early." "Same with me," said Mr. Alighieri. "Right then, I'm going to leave you by," said Giovanna. "Have a good rest. I'm going to go to my room too for now." "Well, let's do something in the evening," said Mr. Alighieri. "Shall we, son? We will have some work to do after the weekend, so let's make the best out of our time." "Hold up, you have work to do here?" Giovanna was surprised at her dad's announcement. "Yes, a businessman from Field's End," said Miss Alighieri. "He wants to trade some local goods and we offered to be the Italian distributors. It's going to take a whole week to get the talk to the finish line." "I see," said Giovanna. "Well, then, I hope you will do everything as it should be done, or something." Mr. Alighieri laughed. "Looks like it's not just the 2 of us who are tired." "You're right," said Giovanna. "I'll go to my room for now. You know where to find me if you need something." Giovanna felt she needed to do something about her secret. She really wanted to admit to her parents that she was transgender. Now that she knew that they were going to stay in Offenheim for a whole week, she found it the perfect occasion. But she still didn't know how to do it, or how they would react. But it seemed she had to do it sooner or later. Suddenly, Giovanna came up with an idea. What if she had someone to help her with the talk? Someone to help her understand what her parents think about the topic. And she knew exactly who that should be. "I have to visit Ursula tomorrow," Giovanna thought. Angelo went on a short walk around Offen Heights. He really needed to talk to someone about what he should do about Lord Alfred's request. He felt that he didn't want to do it, but what else could he do about it? He wanted to talk to the one person he loved, Giovanna, but unfortunately she wasn't home, and there was no way he would talk to her parents about the hierarchical issues of the Cait society. Instead, Angelo decided to talk to someone who would for sure be at home at this hour. So he took a tram from Giovanna's home and went south. Ursula for sure was home. She had no plans to meet with her friends nor to go manga shopping. Maybe she could help him make the decision somehow. Ursula was sitting in her room by her computer and playing Dread and Starvation. She was nearing the end of a difficult run. Her party has just saved the last night, but their health bars were almost empty. It was not the time to go into the underdungeon. Ursula was simply sprinting back to the entrance. With the last bits of strength remaining in her party, Ursula left the dungeon and walked to the city. She has seen this ending multiple times, but every time she got any ending in which she managed to save the last night and not die, she felt nice. And any run where she finished with just a scrap of health felt better than one where she finished with full bars. That was a nice run, she thought. What time is it? 6. Maybe I could do one more run? but before she could start, she heard the doorbell. Ursula went out of the room to see who came to her home. Her mom was already at the door. "Oh, Angelo! Hello, come in!" "Good morning, Miss Behn," said Angelo. "Is Ursula home?" "Yes, she should be in her room." "Yo, Angelo!" said Ursula from her room. Angelo looked into the home and noticed his friend leaning from the behind the door frame. "Oh, hi Ursula. I was looking for you," Angelo said. "I want to discuss something with you." "Why don't you come in then?" said Miss Behn. "I could make some tea for you." "Yeah, why not?" said Angelo. He went inside, took his shoes and jacket off, and walked to Ursula's room. He sat on her bed and looked around. He saw that Ursula's computer was turned on and her favorite game was running. "Dread and Starvation, how's it going lately?" he asked Ursula. "Fairly good, but I have not visited the Under Dungeon in quite some time," said Ursula. "I'll make tea and bring it to you," said Miss Behn. Ursula entered her room, closed the door, and sat in her chair, with her legs wrapped around the backrest. "So you said that you wanted to talk with me about something," said Ursula. "Yes, that's true," said Angelo. Ursula thought for a second. "And it must be something important but difficult since you do not want to talk through the phone." "Well, you've got me there,"